This was the vanity I originally wanted, but customs, so I decided to build my own. First thing to do was make a cut list, measure all the wood, then cut everything down. After everything was cut, I went ahead and labeled my wood so it was easy to figure out what piece went where, as well as my legs so I knew which way they could go up. Onto my favorite, pocket holes, because if you are building your own pieces, you should be making pocket holes. My supervisor fell asleep on the job, so I had to take a video real quick. The pocket holes were done, so it's time to sand. I hate sanding. Chris does not. Thankfully, he's good at it. This was the most complicated part of the build, because I needed to be even on both sides, so I measured a whole bunch of times, made my dots, and now it's time to assemble. I wanted the shelving to be set in a little bit, so I put a piece of wood underneath the rails. It's about 1/4 of an inch. Next, I started the assembly. I do one screw on each side to make sure that I'm straight and doesn't wiggle too much. With that, my legs were done, and it was time to assemble the rest of the base. The same rules apply here, where I don't screw everything in on one side, especially longer pieces, because what can happen is your wood can move and then the piece at the end won't fit. If you don't do this and it doesn't fit, all you have to do is unscrew the first bit, but I like to not redo my work, so there's your pro tip. The frame is almost done, but I wanted to put some extra support in there. So I used my miter saw to create the braces, and then I tested it out here to make sure they're the right fit. So good. Before attaching though, you need to draw your pilot holes, and then you actually need to drill them. Otherwise, you could split your wood, like I split my peanuts. Another pro tip is start your screws into the wood before you assemble. It makes it so much easier when attaching them. Next, it was time to cut down the wood for the top, which was pretty straightforward. I used my own straight edge guide to make sure it was straight. The rest of my wood wasn't as pretty, so I decided to do planks for the shelving. To make sure my gaps were even, I used a ruler before I nailed it in with my nail gun. As seen here. Voila! Thought I ran into some trouble, as I hated the look of the front of it, but decided I'd just cover up with some framing, which was what I was doing on the top, so I just made it all match. Because my top is wider than my base, I had to make sure it was even all the way around. You definitely take your time with this part. Now when attaching the tabletop, I mark on the board itself where the screws will go. That way if it moves, when I'm drilling it in, it doesn't go anywhere. Cause that shit's frustrating. To make sure my framing lined up, I flipped her over and put the pieces down, so I knew what I was getting into when I flipped it right side up and installed it. Now that she's put together, it's time to stain. Staining is complete, so now let's get her installed to finish up this bathroom.